Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Well, our next guest dominated breakfast television for over 2 decades with a voice that Brendan Jones thinks he can master, but let's face it, not very well.
Excuse me, I don't do any voices.
No.
It's a lot of people that say that me and this man are indivisible.
Of course. Well, after announcing it's time to hang up his boots and enjoy some well-earned family time, the one, the only, David Kochie, joins us now.
Hello,
David.
hello, team. How are you?
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sincere congratulations. And I like what it says about Australian media, that everyone is so sad you're going, chuffed you were here, and loving you all over.
I'm really blown away by the reaction. I had no idea it would be anything like this.
22 years ago, would you have ever seen that this would be your path?
No, not at all. So when they asked me to fill in on Sunrise for that 3 months, I thought, no, give it a go.
Yeah.
Why not? I've just done that all my career
And
as a finance nerd.
And that was part of I guess maybe that was part of your charm, that you had really no skin in the game at that time. You know, you thought, I'm just filling in. Chris Reason had testicular cancer at the time. Yep. And you thought, I remember, we were here, I started here in that year. Yeah. And do you think that was a big part of it?
And no one watched us. Like, we were 5% of today's show's audience. Our office was a demountable in the car park of Epping. So we weren't even in the building.
Wow.
Not even Channel 7 executives watched us. And it was a news reading role at the end. It was like the 6 p.m. news. And I said, I don't really want to do it because I find it, no disrespect to newsreaders, that'd be a bit boring. But if I can sort of be myself, I'll give it a go. And then Adam Boland came in as executive producer, and he said, why don't we just restructure the whole show and do something a bit different? And that sent shockwaves through Seven. I'll always remember when we changed the intro of the show. Instead of Sunrise with Melissa Doyle and David Koch, we went Mel and Kochie. Well, it caused furor.
Really?
The news director came down, can't do that, you're undermining the news brand and all that sort of stuff. And then the then managing director, a little time later, recommended to the board, they sacked me because I had an opinion and I was a loose cannon, and that was bad for the brand of the network. Yeah. And Kerry and Ryan Stokes were the two that went, no, we're happy with it.
Well, they're the right guys to have on your side.
Exactly.
That's quite right.
Yeah. So, so you know how, like, I always relate it to footy. In footy games come down to moments that change a game. It's not just one big game, it's moments together. And there have been so many moments like that by sheer arse, I've sort of just managed to get through and hang around.
And what advice have you given to Matt Shervington, who's going to step into your shoes? Have you got advice for Matt?
The same advice you would give him, you two, because you're very similar. You have similar values, sense of humour to what we have on Sunrise. That's why we love you guys so much. Is be yourself. Because breakfast, radio and TV strips you bare. Like, you cannot lie. You cannot pretend to be someone you're not, because viewers and listeners will know immediately. They have great BS meters. So even though you're under a lot of scrutiny and you're under a lot of, like, I started before Facebook and iPhone, so back then you had no social media scrutiny. Today you do. Just ignore it. Just be yourself. You can't be anything else.
Well, I said that to Matt as well, because as we know that, it was by Kochie's own admission that I should be the person to take. Well, no, come on. I'm just saying. I didn't even think about it.
Sure.
But Dave remembers this.
Why don't we remind David of the morning he told everyone that he was leaving the show, and this was his first port of call. Remember this, David? Hello, David.
Hello, Jonesy. Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Emotional scenes. You were crying on the telly.
There's many. The Koch dog, he doesn't cry often, but I tell you, there's a big moment. I'm getting a bit emotional now. I think, Jonesy, you're the perfect person to replace the Koch dog. If anyone can fill the Windsor Smiths, it's you.
Well, thank you, David. That's a lovely thing.
No worries, mate. I've always rated you, even though other people on TV don't. But I tell you, if you put me on there, you'd... if you put
What a giveaway. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
if you put him on
Yeah.
that card...
You know, and I value your opinion. And you know what? I can't leave, Amanda. I can't leave you.
No. Despite David's urging, I think you're going to have to stay here.
I'm going to stay here.
And
But it is.
tomorrow, what about tomorrow? But you're going to bawl your eyes out?
I don't know what's planned at the moment. Yes, it will be emotional, but look, I have enjoyed every minute, and I leave it with an enormous sense of pride of what we built and gratitude that I could have been part of it. It is the world's best job. If you're interested in people and meeting people and understanding what makes them tick, there is no better job.
Well, Kochie, you have been great. We've enjoyed having you on our show regularly. We've enjoyed you
Did
in
your
our...
voice break then? Were you
I'm getting a bit emotional.
I know.
I'm getting a bit
I know.
emotional,
We
Dave.
have a
Dave's talking to Dave. What's happened? Here's the bombshell. He doesn't
confused
exist.
Liv enormously.
Jonesy and Dave are the same guy. David Koch, you are a legend, sir. Thank you for joining us. Good luck
Very
tomorrow.
kind. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.